and today we have Jade, one of my good friend. She is a fitness influencer. She, you are, believe it or not. She is also a crew cabin for what's for food, sorry?
Flight attendant.
A flight attendant. Flight attendant. What's the difference between flight attendant and crew cabin?
Cabin crew. Cabin crew and flight
Okay.
attendant are the same thing, but people call them like there's all different like names for it. So some people call us like air hostess, cabin crew, flight attendant, trolley dollies,
Jolly dollies.
trolley dollies.
Yeah. I'm really interested in. Okay, like, do you get free flights? I suppose,
No.
but you get to travel for like what?
Very, very, very common question.
Sorry, what was that?
It's a very common question.
Yeah, very common question. But at least you get like discounted
Yeah,
flights.
so we don't get free flights, but every airline is different. So we get a certain amount of credits that we can use per year with
Yep.
the airline that we work for, domestically and internationally. And so we get to use those credits up, and then if once we use those credits up, we just pay for the flights. But the flights are discounted quite a bit. They're heavily discounted, and then we have different contracts with our international partners as well. So, like when I flew to Europe 2 months ago, I got to fly with Qatar, and that was heavily discounted. But it's all on standby. So if no one knows what standby is, it means that you don't get a seat until everyone's checked in, and then if there is a seat available, then you get on that seat. So you don't really know if you're going to get on the flight or not when you travel for like a holiday. So it's kind of fun, but it's very like it can be pretty stressful, but it's kind of like spontaneous and fun. So we'll travel on standby. You might get on, you might not get on, you might get business class, you might get stuck in a middle seat. It's
Yeah.
like the roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Depends how many people are traveling. So
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Do you have like a your head like the what is it? The headphones or like the earpiece or nothing?
I don't have headphones on me.
You don't.
My sister's got my headphones.
Oh, it's good like that. Like that. It's perfect.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
moved the microphone up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Um.
better.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Let's just say if you're traveling to like, or do you do international or is it just or is it just what is it? Domestic.
I'm dual, so I'm international and domestic.
Oh, nice. So you do get a free holiday then.
Huh?
You do get a free holiday.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Every
That,
day's a holiday.
yeah, that's the way I look at it. Because damn, um, when's the last time you went to Melbourne?
uh, Ages ago. I can't even think of the last time I was in Melbourne.
Yeah. Um, and well, wait, do they give you like free hotels? I suppose.
Yeah. So when you fly, so like today,
Yep.
I did a couple flights and I finished in Brisbane in Queensland. So you'll get off your flight and you'll have a transport waiting at a pickup point to pick you up, and they'll just like have a list of names on who's on it, and you get in the transport, and then they take you to the hotel. It's the same hotel at every different port, and yeah, so then you go in, you sign in, you get your room like you would check into a normal hotel, but it's a little bit different, and then you just go to your room and like yeah, they put you up in a hotel, and then they organize your transport to and from the hotel.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys don't get to party at these hotels, do you? It's just strictly work.
Yeah, there's no partying, as you can
Yeah, because
see.
I could imagine like if you get drunk and stuff, you get in big trouble. No
So
way.
we get damp tested. So
Oh,
we get damp tested. So damp tested is we get drug and alcohol tested
okay.
uh, randomly, very spontaneously. You don't know when it's gonna happen. So
Yep.
it can happen in your briefing room. So you can sign on,
Yep.
and they'll be in your briefing room ready to drug and alcohol test you, or you can do your briefing and then you can go to the aircraft and they'll be there waiting for you to do a drug and alcohol test. So and you have to be zero. So it's not like when you're driving and you can, have one beer or whatever. You have to be completely zero.
Zero.
So we just have to make sure that we are sober by the time we sign on. We are zero
Yep.
because we get drug and alcohol tested. And yeah,
Yeah, but you're always on zero anyway because you're always like very um work orientated type of person.
Yes.
Why are you laughing like that? Are you not? Is it something you're not telling me?
I am.
I am. That laugh says otherwise.
No, I am. No, no, no.
But
I am. It
have
depends.
you?
It,
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
depends. It depends. It depends. It depends. Every layer was different, so it depends who your crew are, where you are.
True.
Um, if you want to go out and have a drink or like a margarita or hit up happy hour because you've had such a big day at work, you will. But everyone's got to be sober and ready for sign on. So you can have like a drink or a couple of drinks or whatever. But yeah, usually depending on what time you're getting picked up.
Yeah.
Depends on
Have
when
you
you.
or have you ever had to remove a passenger because they were being too disorderly?
Yes.
Is it because they're drunk?
It is because a lot of passengers take drugs before they go on the plane. So
What?
um,
And
uh,
how would you know they have it?
you can tell if someone's you can tell pretty quickly if someone's pinging.
Okay.
So we have had to get a passenger off the plane because he was acting very erratic, like very
Oh,
loud.
yeah.
He was yelling into his phone.
What?
He was on the phone to someone. He was yelling. He was scaring a lot of people next to him. So we have
Mm.
had to get the police on board, and they'll just take him off. And yeah, we have had to do that because they do take something on the ground, and then we can spot it on board pretty quickly, and then we'll get them off pretty quickly, and then we'll just kind of carry on our day.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
Cool. Oh, is there like a cutoff time when the plane lands at a certain airport or no?
Yeah. So different airports have different airspace times. So
Airspace.
Adelaide, Sydney, Gold Coast have what's called curfew. So their curfew is 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. So between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., no plane can fly in or out of those airspaces.
Okay.
So those airports, they will close down. So with Adelaide, there's a 11 p.m. curfew, which so obviously like no aircraft can go in or out between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. So
Yeah.
tomorrow, for instance, I've got what's called a curfew chaser, which is a Brisbane to Adelaide flight, and we are scheduled to land at I think 10 p.m. But if for any reason we are delayed, and it does happen, sometimes we're delayed because the aircraft is somewhere else and it's not where we need it to be, or the aircraft's been delayed elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's a curfew chaser, so we've got to try and get everyone on seated and fly so we can get into the airport before 11 p.m. And sometimes it doesn't happen, and we have to go somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. What happens when you don't make the curfew? Then you got to land. Where you got to go?
So if we're going to Adelaide, we'll probably go to Melbourne.
Okay. Wait, so,
Um,
so Melbourne doesn't have the curfew?
Melbourne doesn't have a curfew. Brisbane doesn't have a
Oh.
curfew.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what?
Ooh.
So it just like land and fly any day, anytime.
Yeah. So we'll. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, then why isn't there planes like after 11:30 or 12 a.m. flights
Not in Adelaide or Sydney
domestic?
or Gold Coast.
I mean in Melbourne because we don't have any.
Yeah. Yeah. You might get like an international flight that'll come in at some ridiculous hour of the morning.
Yeah, because last year when we were at Brizzy, um, so what happened with the plane was like something to do with the landing gear or something, and
Mm.
it made like the noise. I was like, oh shit! And then had to get the engineers to come and check it to clear it, and then they had to take off at a certain time. If they didn't, we would have to catch the next day's flight or something.
Mm.
And then they cleared it, and then everyone's clapping like yay because I don't fly often. That was like once or twice I flew that time. So I had a bag of chips. I didn't know. So what
Mm.
happens is like it was like all puffed up. I think from whatever, and then so the bank take it off, and then I didn't know the packet of chips like puffs
Oh
up.
yeah.
I didn't know that. I went to open it. It went bang. Everyone shut their pants because it looked like the plane exploded. Everyone looked at me. I was like, I'm a pack of chips, just a pack of chips, just a pack of chips. I swear. Even scared me.
No.
Look, it sounded like a bomb went off. Like,
Oh
don't ever
no.
do it, guys. Oh my god, that was so scary.
You just gotta open a little bit. You just like try and like pinch the edges and open a little bit of air out, and
I
it'll
didn't know.
like I know there's a bang, you know, every I know.
I didn't even know it gets up. I was so fascinated. I was like, wow.
Sucker.
If you were that player, you would have got scared. Like everyone's got scared. Like, oh my god.
Oh my
Sounded like the
god.
engine blew up or something.
It's such a
Um,
rookie.
have you ever caught any like passengers doing the Mile High Club?
No.
You haven't caught any, dude. There's so many stories I hear and I see on Snapchat. Everything. Everyone's in the Mile High Club and this and that. They're all in there doing it.
I think they think they're in the Mile High Club. No, I have not caught anyone in the Mile High Club. There has been like an older couple who were very, very drunk, and they were just so much fun. They were great. They were just happy and having fun. And his wife went into the bathroom, and he was like trying to get in there, and he was like, "I need to get in there because my wife needs me." And I was like, "She doesn't need you at all." He was like, "No, no, she needs me to be in there." And I was like, "No, no, she doesn't. She doesn't need you at all. She's
Yeah, yeah.
perfectly fine." So there are, I don't know, it's funny like watching people try and find an excuse as to why they both need to be in the toilet at the same time. But it is, I don't know if you've been into a toilet on an aircraft, it is very cramped and very impractical. And if anyone joins a Mile High Club in that toilet,
I'm
and
not
there's
that big, but
foul,
there's
like
there's
those toilets,
no way there's two people can just.
there is no space. Those toilets are also very like it's disgusting. Like if you're gonna have sex, it would not be the toilet of an aircraft
Yeah,
because
I was
they.
gonna ask about like. Okay, what's the hygiene
If
like?
you have an STD before you came on that aircraft, you will be having one when you get off. Um, yeah, it's not very sanitary. So
Yeah,
of all the places to have sex, I would not choose a airplane.
yeah. Oh my god. Um, do you have any like memorable stories you can tell, like positive one?
Mm,
Like for example, oh man, I got so many questions. I got so many questions.
yeah.
Um, let's start with have you or anyone had to deliver a baby on the plane?
No.
Okay,
No, no, no.
okay.
So if you are pregnant and flying, after a certain amount of weeks, you have to get a clearance from your doctor to
Ooh,
fly. So,
okay.
and then if you don't have that clearance from your doctor, we can't actually take you on the plane. So I have not had to deliver a baby because I have not had anyone full term fly.
Yeah.
No baby deliveries yet.
Mm.
Touch wood.
Okay. Let's go to the other end of the spectrum. What happens when an older person just like cocks it? Do you? I've seen this in movies. I don't know if it's real. Like, do you put a blanket over them and that's all you do? Is that true or not?
You just cover him up.
Yeah,
Nothing to see here.
yeah. Is that what you do? Oh, then what do you do?
I haven't had anyone pass away on the plane before.
But surely they have to go through like these procedures and policies got to go through. But what's the correct one though? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh.
All right. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait. Wait. I muted you by accident. Like, can you? You gotta press the. Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I muted by accident. I just pressed the wrong button. I went to press the thing.
Um,
Like,
that is a good question.
yeah. So like, yeah. What's the proper procedure when they kaputs
Just depends how they passed away. Like,
on the seat? Just like, oh, it's just like it's my time to go. And then, because in movies they just put a blanket over them and then nothing happens until the plane lands. I don't know if that's a myth or not.
well, I feel like it is a bit of a myth in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that happens. Like it's not.
Surely,
If they
surely.
pass away, we can't declare anyone dead on the aircraft.
True.
We're not a doctor, so we can't declare anyone
Yeah.
deceased. So I
Or
have
maybe
had people come pretty close to it,
yeah.
and we had to perform. You know, we've had to give
CPR or something.
them medical attention pretty quickly and very intensely. But you know, the pilots are trained to land an aircraft within 10 minutes, so you get on the ground pretty quickly, and then the ambulance are there, and they kind of will take over. Thank goodness. So
Okay, yeah.
luckily, I have had no one just cark it and pass away.
Yeah.
Usually, if they're going to pass away, there is quite a massive medical emergency. But
Oh, that's cool. Wait, just hang on one sec. I'll have a toilet break. I'll just leave you right here.
What? What are you doing with me right here?
I'm just let you go to the toilet. Like,
I'm having a toilet break too.
yeah, let's go. Yeah, we'll be back. I'll put this on
Don't have a
pause.
toilet break.
I'll put this on pause. Hang on. Okay, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What were you and your friend doing? Just where you were?
We would. We finished work pretty early today, so we went for a walk.
Oh, that's good.
To the shops, and next to the shop was a bottle-o. And in that bottle-o was some wine. So we grabbed a bottle of wine, and we went by the pool, and we had a couple glasses of wine.
But I thought you can't drink.
Finish our day. We cannot drink 8 hours before our shift.
Right, there's a rule. Yeah.
We have a rule. So because we finished really, really early, and we had a later sign on, we just had we had a couple glasses of wine by the pool, and it's nice because you get to like lay in the sun. So we just like laid in the sun, got our tan on, laid by the pool, had a glass of wine, had a chat.
You look so tan. I'm so look how white I've gotten. Look how white I've gotten.
It's the European in me. It just
You're peeing in me.
Ew. You suck.
I heard that from somewhere. I don't know where, but it's probably from a movie.
So, well, that's what we did after work, and then we went for a nice sort of hot girl walk around the city, and now I am home.
Okay, cool. Okay. Have there been?
You're dying to ask so many questions.
Yeah, I know. Are there any like at work colleagues who hook up with each other? Like not you specifically, but like others, which you cannot speak of, or which you can't speak of anyway. Don't worry about it.
I feel like flight attendants have a reputation for hooking up with captains or pilots, and it is completely false.
Oh, damn.
Not a lot of it's very minimal that you do hook up with your colleagues in a layover. This is the thing. So a lot of male flight attendants are gay. So for me being a woman, it limits my opportunity to meet straight men on the plane.
Wait, are you still single?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm still single.
Wait, I didn't ask how...
We're going strong, baby!
I didn't ask how old are you, if you don't mind me asking.
31.
31? Yeah, like... Are you actively searching for someone, or you just whatever goes?
Well, it's hard, because like I go in and out of like the dating pool, so I'm in and out of it. So I dip my toe in, and then my toe gets bitten off, and then I'm like, oh, no, that's it, we won't date anymore. And then I kind of like go, oh well, it would be nice to have someone to travel with, and you know, to go on like fun adventures with, and have someone to come home to when I like finish my job and everything. And then it gets bitten off again.
Is it because of the guy?
I think so. I like to think that I'm perfect, and it's everyone else in this world that's fucked up.
Well, do you wanna elaborate on some of the, like, you don't have to be specific, like person, but like some of the things they're doing that's not contributing to the relationship?
Well, I haven't really dated or committed to anyone in 4.5 years since I've been single. And when I got this job, I was also looking to date or commit to anyone either, because I got
That's
like
fair.
got this job and it was like very intense, and I kind of just wanted to focus on myself and my health
Yeah.
and fitness and like moving states and moving bases and like everything like that. I was like, oh, I don't really want a partner. But yeah, eventually like you do get a little bit lonely, because like you can't. It's like you come home and you like don't really have anyone at home, and you've got to like get ready for work. Like the next, you get 2 days off at home a week, so you're home for 2 days and you don't really have anyone there. So it does like get a little bit lonely. But yeah, I think I just haven't met the right man that suits like
Like your
my
lifestyle.
lifestyle,
Yep,
because
yep,
my
that's fair.
lifestyle is very fast paced and it's very spontaneous as well. And I'm like a lot of energy for people who haven't met me. I'm like a lot of like spontaneous energy, funny, and just very out there. And I
Funny.
feel like pretty funny.
No, you're funny.
I'm very funny. I
Usually
just feel
compliments work with when someone says that about you, not when you say it about yourself.
I'll back myself. I'll back myself any day because I got my back. Okay, I am hilarious. If you ask anyone on the crew, I am the clown at work. I
Clown, I
just,
believe.
I funny looking, yeah.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I just don't think I met a guy that like not only matches my energy, but can fit into my lifestyle really, really easily.
Yeah.
So it's been quite difficult. Something that I have learnt from this job with men is that no one waits for a flight attendant to come home. So no, I know. So no men will wait for the flight attendant to come back to wherever they are.
Well,
Um,
just so you know, don't settle because who you are, you need someone who can come up to where you are because you are actually more than you think you're worth.
yeah, it's definitely a battle.
It's
I make it
challenging.
sound so depressing, and it
No,
is.
no, no, it's
It's
not
not.
depressing.
It's
It's being
just
real.
like it is a battle, because like everyone on this earth just wants to find the person that they love and can build a life with and everything and all that, lovey dovey crap. And
No, don't give up on love. Don't give up on love. It still exists, Jade. It still exists.
it exactly, it does exist, because I believe in love because I'm full of it and I exist. So like it's there. But yeah, no one waits for a flight attendant to come home because everyone's lives kind of just keep on going. So let's say like hypothetically I met someone when I was in Sydney or
I
something
met
like
someone
that.
this
Let's
morning.
say that. Yeah, let's say hypothetically I meet
Yeah,
someone in Sydney. I'm in Adelaide, right? So that's an hour and a half of a flight away. But I'm in Sydney once a fortnight. Let's say that I do a Sydney overnight once a fortnight. That once a fortnight, I'll message a guy and say, hey, I'm going to be in Sydney on this day. And they might be free, but a lot of the times they're not free because they've also got a life outside of me, which is fair enough. So then they're not really free that week of the fortnight that I'm there, but maybe next fortnight they might be free. So I'm seeing someone one day a month.
jeez. So
I'm
you
seeing this guy
almost
let's say I'm seeing this guy one day a month, but that day I'm flying that day and I'll land, and then they've got to work. We're just being very realistic here. So they've got to work their job, which might finish at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. They've got to go home, do whatever they've got to do, whether that's meal prep, go to the gym, shower, do laundry, whatever.
yeah,
Then they can come and see me. So we'll hang out till about 8 p.m. But I've got to go to bed at like 10,
yeah.
right? Or 11, because I've got to go to work the next day. I'm flying away the next day. So you only get 2 hours a month with each other. So how do you build a connection with someone on 2 hours a month? Now, if I'm home in Adelaide and I meet someone in Adelaide, I'm home 2 days a week. But
Is that
like
where your home base is?
that's my life. Yeah, that's my home base. So Adelaide is my base. So I'll come home 2 days a week, but those 2 days a week might not be in like consecutive. So last week I had Monday off, but I also had Sunday off that week. So I'm flying Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I'm only home on Monday and Sunday. Monday, I'm home I've got the day off Monday, but people work on Monday. So like that's like a normal person job, because my job is far from normal and is not what can fit into someone's day-to-day routine.
Yeah.
So they would finish work 5:30, 6 o'clock, go to the gym, whatever. They want to hang out, but I've now got to get up at 3 a.m. on Tuesday because I've got a flight to do on Tuesday.
Exactly.
So I've
Yeah.
got to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. So again, it's like you can't see anyone at home base because like
Yeah,
it just doesn't, nothing lines up with the dating world in this game.
but
Nothing lines up.
if you find that special someone, the other person will find a way to make it work.
I agree. So I agree. So I think like what a normal person's list, and I don't mean like not like, I don't mean to single people out by saying like normal, but I mean like just like a average normal person's job, right?
Yep.
Like a normal person's schedule is very different to mine. So what a normal person's schedule might want on their list of men is far from the list I need of a man. So I need a man to be secure in himself and his emotions, that he doesn't need me to make him happy or need me to make him feel valued. So he's not depending on me to bring value to him. I need
Smart.
that would be number one of the long list.
Yeah.
I need a man who's got his own hobbies or like his own shit to do while I am
Find
away.
a gamer, never cheats on you. All he does is play Dungeons and Dragons or like COD or whatever.
I need that, and then I need a man who's secure in himself and is happy with me going away. Who's got like his own hobbies or his own business, or if he's FIFO or some kind of a shift worker, so he kind of gets like the
Compatibility.
So you kind of gets that with my work schedule, but then you also need the other things, like you want them to be funny and you want them to be smart, ambitious, family values, good morals, goes to the gym, like looks after himself. Like then you've got all those other lists that come on, and when you like it brings the men. It's a very small.
No. There's millions of them.
Yeah,
They're in prison.
Yeah, like 10% of them are gay. So it's like.
I forgot about that too. It's like, where do you find a guy who wakes up at 6 a.m., eats clean, and just like, what else is there? Works out at the gym.
Yeah, works out at the
Is
gym.
at the prison. So, yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. But that is that's the how complex a dating life. It can work in this industry because I've seen it. I work with a lot of women who are married with kids, and it does work. But you need a special someone who is very easygoing, doesn't sweat the small stuff, flexible, spontaneous, all that stuff. And it does work with the right one. I have seen it. It works. The system works. But
I was going to ask, like, how do your colleagues do it?
They all have amazing husbands. Amazing husbands, really, really good husbands, or a really good support system with their family. So you can, with your roster, when you become a mum, you can opt to go to part-time, so you work less hours a month. So I'm rostered for 149 hours a month. These part-time mums are rostered for 80 hours a month or 120 hours a month.
Yeah.
So that's all that they can be given. So it's quite a lot less flying time. Almost half, not quite. So they can be rostered and you can also what's called bid for certain flights. So you can bid for early sign-ons or later sign-ons, or to go on trips. If you want to go away for 2, 3, 4 days at a time, you can request, I would like to go away for at least 2 or more days at a time, or I would like to work just 1 day at a time and be home every day. And all that, or you can request to work days that are maybe less than 8 hours, so you can try and get like a 5, 6, 7 hour day so you can come home. That's what a lot of mums would like to do. They want to come home every day, but if they go away on trips, they have an awesome support system where their husband will pick their kids up from school and have obviously like have their kids for the night until mum comes home the next day, or their family will pick them up from school and have them, or their family might have them for the weekend that they go away. So they have a good support system, but you need that in this job to have children.
It's harder than I thought. I thought it was just like, oh, airy fairy and just like la di da holidays, just meeting everybody, traveling, having fun. But it's actually,
I do that, but like,
yeah,
I don't have children.
yeah,
So
you do that. But at the same time, as you get older, you're like, oh, okay, you want to find someone that gets harder for you in that sense.
yes.
Is there maximum or minimum hours you can work per week?
Not per week, it's per month. So I
month,
can
okay.
work a maximum of, I think, like 147 hours a month.
Which average to about
I don't know how much that is.
almost like 40 something less, 30 something per week.
35.
Depends. It depends if it's like a 4-week month or 5-week month.
Yeah, maybe like 35 hours a week.
Yeah.
Ish.
Do you know if it's true when you're in the air you age faster? Is that a myth?
I mean, I'm 31 years old and I look amazing, so we'll say that that's a myth.
Yeah, 1000% myth. Done. You heard it here first, guys.
That
Myth.
is a myth.
Man.
Look, she's aging like a fine whiskey.
Actually, no, you do look better than last time I seen you.
Do you reckon I look better? Do you reckon it's the tan?
Either way, you look better. So, what's the process of getting into becoming a flight attendant?
There are courses that you can do for it, but I did not do those courses. So you just wait for whatever airline that you want to work for to advertise it online, and you would apply online as you would any other job. So you send in your resume, and then they'll get back to you. I think with my job, I sent in my resume and they got back to me and they asked me to do a video interview with them. So they sent me a link to a portal, and with that portal, it would automatically record my face like it would now with my phone, and it would. I think there was 5 questions, and so you answer the 5 questions. So it will show you the question, and you have like, let's say 20 seconds to read the question, and then it will start automatically recording your answer, and your answer goes for, let's say, 2 minutes. And it's things from, I can't remember what the questions were,
What's your
but
favorite
it would
color?
be something like, how do you find working shift work or working on weekends, things that relate to the role. Why
Like how you perform in a
why this
team
company?
environment.
Yeah, why this company? Why this job? Just general things that they'd ask in basically any interview. And what happens is it'll record that answer and it automatically will upload it to the server. So you can't really like stop it and be like, oh, I didn't like the answer.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like your own interview. And then if they liked that, then you go to what's called a recruitment day. And that's where you have to travel to your base. So my base was Adelaide, so I actually had to fly to Adelaide from the Sunshine Coast.
Yep.
And it's a whole day of recruitment, and they'll do anything from like team activities where they see how you work in a team. You might do an activity or a task, and then you will present the task to everyone else.
Yep.
And then they'll do a one-on-one interview. They'll get you to stand up and introduce yourself in front of everyone, and they might give you a question like, what's a fun fact about you, or what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done, or something to kind of get you to,
I know all the answers. Sorry.
know something about yourself that will make you stand out.
Yeah.
And there's all different kind of situations that they will put you in, and they want to see how you kind of work in a team, or how you encourage the team, or how you look after the team, or then you do that, and then you'll do your one-on-one interview as well. And then after that whole day, they'll then decide, they'll cut the numbers down even more, and then you get a call saying you've got the job, and they send you your contract out and you sign it, and then you go and you do your ground school. training. So then they send you away for however long the training is, 6, 8, 12 weeks, depending on...
So in your case, how long did it take from the moment you applied to the moment you go on to your first job?
Wow.
Wow.
My situation is different because I applied in COVID.
Oh yeah.
So,
Forgot about that.
so I
Dang.
applied in the middle of COVID. I applied in 2021 in, I think it was about April, May time in 2021. So everything is actually still closed. In Queensland, it was closed. In Australia, in Melbourne was an absolute fucking shit show.
Yeah.
No one could leave the bedroom without getting permission from Dan Andrews to leave. It was very, very locked down. But the base, Adelaide base, where I was going, was recruiting. And so I applied for it, and I did get accepted for the recruitment day, which I wanted to go to, which was in June. And what happened is there was an outbreak in the Sunshine Coast, which is where I was living. And so what happened is Adelaide had reclosed their borders again, which meant I couldn't actually get into Adelaide for the recruitment day because where I was a hotspot. So I actually couldn't attend. So I did apply in the middle of 2021, and I had to actually decline it and say, I'm sorry, I can't come because I actually can't physically get into the state because I will be detained and quarantined and questioned for all sorts of ridiculousness. So I couldn't go to that one. So that was the one I actually originally wanted to go to. And then in December of 2021, I emailed them and said, because the borders were opening, and I said, hey, borders are opening. I would love to have a job with you guys. And if you are hiring, can I please attend? And they said, no worries, we've got a recruitment day in January. What base would you like? You could take Brisbane, Sydney, or Adelaide. And I said, I would love the Adelaide base. It is something new. I've never lived in Adelaide. I've never been to Adelaide. I cannot afford to live in Sydney because it is so expensive. So expensive. And I would have to bring a swag and live at the airport if I wanted to live in Sydney.
Unless you sell your kidney.
Or I sell my kidney, or I will be shaking my ass on the side of the street.
You might keep some money in Sydney for doing that.
While I pay my rent. So I said, no, thank you to Sydney. Brisbane I've lived in, so it's not really much of a challenge. I will take the Adelaide base. And they said, perfect. We have a recruitment day in Adelaide in 3 weeks. And I was like, I will be there with my bells on. So I booked my flight. And I started studying about the airline and the company and everything like that. So this was all through December. And then I went out on New Year's in December. And I came back. And on the 1st of January, I thought I was very hungover, like a lot of people are on New Year's Day.
How was it?
And then must be very nice. And then on the 2nd of January, I was still very hungover and I had a massive headache. And then on the 3rd of January, I went to the Gold Coast with my sister. And I was still waking up and I had a massive headache. And I did a couple of days in the Gold Coast with my sister and I had an absolute splitting migraine for days. And I was like, people told me about this. They told me when you get older, your hangovers last longer. And I was like, I didn't believe them. And I was like, I cannot be hungover for a week after New Year's. This is ridiculous. And I drove home to the Sunshine Coast and I took a COVID test and I had actually had COVID. So, and that was very, very close to my recruitment day. But I was so lucky that I was able to take that week to study for my recruitment day and learn about the company because I had nothing better to do than to sit in my house because I couldn't go anywhere. So I got COVID a week before my recruitment day, and then I was able to clear a COVID test.
No pun intended.
Fly to Adelaide, and I did my recruitment day, and then in February I started my ground school. So I applied for it originally in May, but when I sent them the email in December, I did my recruitment day in January, and then the next month I had already signed my contract and started my ground school. And then by the 1st of April, I was online and flying. So it all happened quite quickly.
Eight, 9 months.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I applied, but
Yeah,
because I
because of all
couldn't
this stuff that's happened in between.
come, so it would have been faster, but I couldn't rock up. So once I got my recruitment day in January, I did my recruitment day, and then the next month I started my ground school, and then in April I was online. So I did my recruitment day in January, and then I was already flying by April. So it was actually kind of a fast process, but for me it just took a little bit longer because I decided to live in another state and do it from another state.
You did it the hardest way
I
possible.
just did it the hardest. That's just what I do. I was like, how is the most tough? What is the toughest way I can get this job? Let's do it in the middle of a pandemic when no one is flying.
Yep.
Let's also pick a base that is the furthest away from where I live.
And let's try and find a partner who can accommodate to your job career.
Struggle all of this.
Wow. Okay, let's touch up on Georgia for a bit. You are now an auntie. Oh no, you always been an auntie.
I've always been an auntie, but I am a fresh, newly crowned auntie.
Yes. How'd you feel about that?
Oh my god, he's delicious.
Cute kid. Because Mon comes onto the stream sometimes. We just hang out and just like chat and just hang out on this live stream like this, like a few of us.
So for people who do not know, Mon is Cambodian, and my
Yes.
sister is full Australian English. So those two made a very delicious looking kid, and he is so
Half
cute.
caste. He's the cutest half caste kid ever.
He is like
But-
this half Cambodian, half Australian little thing. Well, not little thing anymore. He is.
Dude, he's gonna be bigger than me in grade 3.
He's actually massive. He is 6 months old, and he is. I think he's actually maybe he's 5 months old, 5.5 months old.
Yeah.
And he is fitting clothes that are for babies between the ages of 1 and 18 months. So he is huge.
Yeah, legit, he's gonna be bigger than me in grade 3 for sure.
Oh, he's bigger than you now.
Look at you. That's how you know you got a zinger. That's good. Speaking of big, if you don't mind, I want to talk about your weight loss journey, if that's okay. Because you said you were big, but then to me, I don't think you were. I thought you were just normal, but then to you,
Is this when you met me?
yeah, when we first met, like ages ago.
Yeah. So when we met, I had already lost quite a bit of weight.
Right. Yep.
So before we met, I used to be 102 kilos.
I saw on your TikTok, correct? Yes. But that's not much. That's how much my ex-fiance weighed.
There is a TikTok of my weight loss on there. So 102 kilos, and I slowly dropped it down.
That's the best way to do it.
By the end of COVID, I got down to 65 kilos.
Bro.
Which for someone with my height, because I'm quite tall, it's not maintainable. So very, very lean. But it's not maintainable, so I kind of sat around the 70 area. But then I left my job as a cafe manager, started partying a lot, everything like that. So the weight kind of crept back on. And I think when I met you, I might have been like hovering between 75 and 80 kilos. But
to me, that's normal. But then for your height, it's average.
yeah, but kind of lost. I think I got down to like 73 before I started this job, but it wasn't like weight training. It was just cardio, and it wasn't very healthy. And then I started this job, and you eat all sorts of crap.
I was going to say, how do you eat and what do you eat?
That's hard. So we'll come back to that soon, because that's like a whole different like
Thing.
kettle of fish. And you eat all sorts of crap. Your diet's out, your training's out, and you party, like you want to go out and you want to have a drink with crew because you've had a big day and all this stuff, and so you don't really prioritize your health and your fitness and your gym and everything like that. So my weight crept up to about 82 kilos, and then this time last year I got myself a coach to keep me accountable, and so I started doing weight training this time last year, and we started a cut, and we cut my calories to 1800. So we have an app where she can monitor my training, so she gives me 4 weights training sessions to do a week, which is 2 upper body sessions and 2 lower body sessions a week. So I do that, and she can monitor my training sessions, so she can watch me go up in weight every single week. I have to weigh in for her every single day, all through the app, and I sync my MyFitnessPal to the app, so she can also watch what I eat every single day. So it's kind of like Big Brother, where she will watch everything, and then once a week she'll check in with me, send me a message, go, how are you
I can do that for you. Reply to my text.
So she does that. And then once a week we do a check-in together where she'll just see how I'm going and what's happening that week, and if my weight has dropped, if it hasn't dropped, why hasn't it dropped, what have I been doing, whatever. But she can see it anyway because she can see what I'm doing every single day.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's looking for someone like that. Maybe I'll get the details and pass it on to her.
She changed my life insanely. So I had been with her for a year, and then that's when my weight started to drop, and we were able to cut down from, I think, November to February. I was about 82 kilos when I started to her, and in February I think I got down to like 72 kilos. So we were able to drop 10 kilos through Christmas, through the holidays, through New Year's, all
Amazing.
that stuff, and flying, and getting sweet fuck all sleep every single night with my job. We were able to do that, so the system works.
Yeah.
And that was insane. So I dropped a fair bit of weight, and then I started a women's empowerment challenge with her in February, which is where you get like a group of women. I think we had about 16 women, and once a fortnight, we do a hot girl walk together where we meet at the beach, we get coffee, and we go on a hot girl walk. And then
It's a hot girl walk.
like you get your coffee, and you like go on like your hot girl walk down the beach, and you're just like, talking to the girls, and just strutting your stuff down the beach, and
Right.
hot girl, grip it like a squad, like a hot girl walk, and you just go and you just strut your hot stuff down the beach.
I haven't seen one myself. I haven't been with one, so I wouldn't know. Something you should have said. I met one this morning. I can't wait.
So we do that, and we do they do seminars about your diet or binging, or even mental challenges, like you do ice baths and stuff like that. And we do all things together as women to empower each other. And then at the end, it's just a 13-week thing, and you each have your own coach. So me and my coach decided to keep cutting. You each have your own goals and your own challenges that you want to do with your own coach. Me and my coach decided we would keep on cutting, and my coach also cut with me, which was amazing, because if she can do it, I can do it. And she's got like 2 kids and is married and runs a gym and has about 1 million other people to coach. So I thought, if she can do it, I can do it.
Show your guns 1 sec. Bruh, dude. That's
That
it.
was so bad, because like,
I mean,
you can't
no,
even.
that's good tone. It's not too much muscles.
It's not bodybuilder muscle.
Yeah. It's just tone. You look good, Jade.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And then we did a photo shoot in April, and that you would have seen on my Instagram. We do.
I've been on Instagram now.
Oh, okay. Well, everyone else will see on my Instagram.
Yeah.
We do a fitness photo shoot at the end of it.
Nice.
And you do, like, we got in Calvin Klein's, and we got in Tommy Hilfigers, and we did like bodysuits, and you do deadlifts and bicep curls and lat pull downs and all fitness stuff, and it shows off all the muscle. Like for me, we did like back shots where we showed off my back because my back was really defined, and we did deadlifts to show off my hamstrings and my glutes and all this stuff, and things against the tire to show off my quads, and it was all very empowering. So I've been with her, and then we did a mini cut before I went to Europe.
So you're a model as well.
I'm a model.
Yeah. When someone take pictures of you and then you use you as an example, that's a model, is it not?
Not professionally, but just for fun. It is.
No, but then they use you, so that's technically professional.
That is true. All right, we'll say I'm an amateur model. So we did that, and then I just came back from Europe about 6 weeks ago, and we started another cut. So we are mid-cut at the moment. We are very close. We're about 2 kilos off losing my Europe weight, and then we'll see what we do after that. But yeah, she changed my life, that one. Definitely made, it changed my whole perspective on dieting when you travel, because it is possible people just choose not to do it.
Okay. Let's go back to the plain diet. What's that like?
Yes. So, on a plane as crew, you are given meals between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. till 2 p.m. and then 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. So 6 till 8, 12 till 2, 6 till 8. But the food, it's, not very diet friendly. So it's
Not nutritious.
Not very nutritious at all. It'll be like powdered eggs scrambled with sausages and bacon, or fritter and some baked beans, and
You should see what I.
the lunch is good. The lunch is good. They'll do like a chicken and salad, or like a vegetarian salad, or like bread rolls and ham, and you can make your own bread rolls and stuff. But it's aeroplane food. Like whatever you get when you fly internationally is what we would eat every single day. So it's not very nutritious. So meal prep is key for dieting in this job. So meal prep is absolute key. So my breakfast is scrambled egg whites on wholemeal toast, and it sounds very, very boring, and not a lot of people would enjoy it, but that's what I take because that's what I can heat up in the morning.
So you can take it with you on the plane?
Take it with me. So I'll scramble my eggs at home, and I will wrap my bread. I would just, get my 2 slices of bread, just wrap it up in cling wrap, and then that all goes in the oven, and then it comes out of the oven, and I'll put it all together on a plate, and then I can eat my breakfast there. A lot of girls will make overnight oats or overnight wheat bix, because that's easy, and then you can just put it on the ice on the plane, or in the fridge on the plane. And then you pull it out, it's ready to go, and you can eat it. And then lunch is usually a salad. Like I'll pre-make a salad with a can of tuna, or I'll just bring a bag of salad if I don't even have time to meal prep, and I'll just make it on the plane if I have time. And then dinner will be like some kind of a stir fry. I'll cook up a stir fry or soup, whatever, and then I can slap that straight in the oven. It's already ready to go, and then I just turn the oven on. I'll go and do service in the cabin, and then I finish service, go and do the rubbish collection, go and do the water run, and I come back and my meal's all ready and cooled down, and then I can eat it. So, and then if I don't have time to eat, or if I don't have time to heat up my food, because sometimes you don't have time to heat up your food or anything, you're just so busy turning the aircrafts around and everything like that, I'll just eat beef jerky and protein bars. So meal prep is key. Meal prep is key to flying. So that's my diet. So my crew bag is filled with containers of food for my time away.
Yeah. Once a month or average, do you get any me time? Like time just to yourself? You do your own thing, like pedicure or massage, whatever.
Not pedicure and massage. My me time is the gym.
Okay, that's fair. Yep.
And that's something I do 4 days a week. So my me time was at 3 o'clock this morning. At the gym. But you have to prioritize your me time. So my therapy is when I go to the gym, because for the hour that I am there, no one can distract me. No one can, contact. Not like no one can contact me, but I'm at the gym. I'm there for a reason. So it's
like I won't message you like, hey, reply.
Jade, you up?
I probably will be.
3 o'clock in the morning, you up?
Sometimes I am, because I do editing for some of the people in America, like edit their podcasts and like edit their clips and stuff. So that's how I got into this, like have my own ideas. So yeah.
But yeah, that's my me time. Gym is my me time, because no matter what, I could have had a shit of a day at work, or a shit of a day at home, or personal stuff going on, men or family or whatever is doing my head in that day. And you go to the gym, and I would, for the hour, I don't think about anything else that is going on in my life except for the next hour of training that I'm going to do and the goals that I have to do that day. So that is my me time. That's my therapy, because that's the one place I can go
Very
where
good.
nothing in the world can come in to my head except for the gym. That is my me time. I do get my lashes done once a fortnight. I do get my nails done every 3 weeks for work, so that's like another bit of me time. But I think that's like kind of the relaxing or physical, like, well, I guess, would you say it's like a relaxing me time, like a therapeutic me time to
Yeah.
kind of maybe unwind? But for me, a mentality wise of me time,
Yeah.
like my mental therapy is going to the gym. So, but you got to prioritize that. Like that's
Yes.
you can't. If you don't prioritize it, if you don't make time for it, then it's not going to happen. So I have to make time for it. Like I did this morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was up and at the gym because there's no time I can do it today.
Um, do you have like any indulgence, like for example, oh, I'm gonna binge, like one whole season of, whatever, and just eat a thing of, I don't know, like bar of chocolate or whatever. Like, what's your indulgence?
I love sweet stuff. Love sweet stuff. Love it.
Same.
Um. So, oh god, I love ice cream.
I remember we got ice cream when we came to Melbourne.
Every time.
Magnum
I
ice
love
cream.
ice cream. Love it. Um.
You know,
Yeah.
those Magnum, like even the big ones. It comes in a pack of fours.
Oh,
I
can we
eat that in
get
one
one?
sitting.
Yeah. They're so good.
You can't eat
Um,
one. You eat the whole lot.
yeah, I love ice cream.
Same with Tim Tams. Like I eat like a whole.
Yes.
I don't eat just one or half. I eat like a whole thing.
Oh, so good. Yeah, I'm a sucker for chocolate. Nestle chocolate, anything Nestle, Kit Kats, the blocks with the Smarties in them, fucking Milky Bar. I love it. I love it. Nestle over Lindt any day. Maltesers, like I do love it.
I love
So
Maltesers.
it is tough. Luckily, there are like Muscle Nation have just bought out a frozen dessert, so they bought out their own ice cream with protein in it. And so it's like, I think it's like 600 calories for a tub, which I mean it's a lot, but it's also got protein in it, so it's like kind of it's healthy. Or you
Yeah,
can get like there's other like healthy ice creams out there. It's like 300 calories a tub. You don't have to eat the whole fucking tub, but I mean if you're gonna eat the whole tub, it's only 300 calories. So
yeah.
like, you know,
Um,
let's.
yeah, because like some of them were like just what is it? I think they had. Why don't they use no, what is it? No sugar in there in
Yeah,
their
that's
chocolate,
good ice cream. Yeah, I like that.
but you use like the artificial sweeteners.
Yeah, so I use like, do I use sweetener?
Why don't the big chocolate companies use like a bar of chocolate, put
We should write
artificial
to them
sweeteners
about
in
that.
there?
We should write to them about that because I think we're onto something. We can
Yeah,
make chocolate with sweetener in it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I
Is it?
use sweetener. Another thing I go to is like the Jarrah hot chocolate powder, which is like 99% sugar free, but I just put sweetener in it.
Yeah, artificial sweetener. Yeah, exactly. But I think
I just do
it
that.
could also be the sugar that's making you addicted to the chocolate, and that's what they want you to do to get addicted to the chocolate for the sugar. Maybe that's why they
Yeah,
don't do it
chocolate is very addicting. But you just gotta like
in
not eat it.
moderation.
And I know that is
It's easier
easier
said than done.
said than done because I love ice cream. That is my sucker, like Yoshi. I love Yoshi. I don't know if you guys have Yoshi in Melbourne. Did you have Yoshi in Melbourne, like
It
frozen
started
yogurt?
here. It started here, yeah,
Oh
in Melbourne.
yeah.
I started it.
Well, it's
I
called
did.
Chi. Yeah, yo, Chi. Like I love Yoshi, man. You go and you get some frozen yogurt. You put
I know.
some toppings on it. You smash on like a cookie on that stuff. You can
Yeah.
put cookie dough on it. You can put. I love that.
Look,
Um,
like someone for other people, they just look at the food and they just gain weight. Some people like that, and someone
that
like
is so
me,
good. Yeah.
I eat and eat. I can't gain weight.
Oh, it must be nice.
I'm not using it as a bragging thing. Like I just sometimes I want to gain weight.
Yeah. Some
Just
people's metabolisms are just built a bit faster than others.
yeah. I've been sober all this time too.
Oh my god.
I know. This is
You
my
must
fat
be
face.
new woman over here. You've turned over a new leaf.
Yeah, like I've gone so white. You see how white I am.
What? I don't think that's what drugs do to you. I don't think drugs make you brown. That's
No,
racist.
no, because I was like, because I'm trying to change career as well. I want to move towards from roofing to like doing like digital work. When I say digital, I mean like everything online, content creation. When I say content, I mean PG stuff. So like kids from 13 upwards can watch it. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to work towards because roofing is not going to be sustainable. So yeah.
I don't know. Everyone seems to have a roof these days.
Yeah, but you can't do roofing when you're like 50 or whatever, 45.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, you can't. You'll be old.
Yeah, I have so many more questions to ask, but
Okay,
yeah, but
you give us them. My phone's on 16%, so we got a bit
okay.
of time.
Well, we
What other questions you got?
kind of gone over time, but it's okay. We will keep talking for a little bit more if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is there someone who's in charge of like overlook you guys when you fly?
Yeah, so every aircraft will have a cabin manager. So the cabin
And
manager
what
guards it.
happens when someone sneaks onto the plane?
Well, you can't sneak onto the plane.
No, someone has.
No.
It's been on the news. It's been on the news.
So
Someone
when,
oh no.
when we're boarding, and you'll get to the gate and you scan your boarding pass, right? And you go down onto the aircraft, and we want to check your boarding pass, and people will come up and be like, "Yeah, I'm in 29C. I know where I'm sitting," or whatever. We don't care where you're sitting. We don't even look at your seat number.
Yeah.
We don't care about your seat number. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the destination. So I was, Adelaide to Melbourne. That's where we're going. Adelaide to Melbourne. The flight number and the date, because a lot of people can scan their boarding pass onto a plane, but it's like the wrong destination. So they might be going to Sydney. They've just joined a line willy nilly. Or it's the wrong day, or it's the wrong flight number, because the flight that they're on might be the one that's in the next hour, not the one that's at 6 a.m. Their flight might be at 7 a.m.
I'll tell you how the guy did it. He sneakily stood behind someone's thing and then took a picture of their like boarding pass and then went in. But then
Yeah.
when the other person went scanning, or something's wrong, someone's scanned in, it must be a mistake, whatever, because they got the physical ticket, they let him in. But then when it comes to seating, the guy had no seat.
There has been stories of I don't even know where this was. I don't even know. I don't think it was with our airline. It would have been with a different one, where someone has shared their boarding pass with someone. So one person had a print out boarding pass. Oh, I think he shared his boarding pass with his friend, and so his friend boarded first, scanned it, went onto the plane, and he sat in a random seat at the back of the plane. And then when old mate who had the boarding pass went to scan it, they were like, "Oh, it says you're already on the plane. Can we get your ID?" He's like, "Yeah, of course you can get my ID." He showed his ID, and they're like, "Oh no, this is the right man. This matches his boarding pass. He's the same man that's in the ID." So they let him on the plane, and he went and sat in his seat. But his friend was just kind of seat hopping, because he'd sit down and someone would say, "Hey, sorry mate, I'm actually in that seat," and he's like, "Oh, whoopsie daisy, I got the wrong row," whatever. And he would keep seat hopping until there were, sometimes there's a free seat on the plane, and he would keep seat hopping until he got the right seat, and then they would close the doors and he would fly. And that's how he would do it, because his friend would get on first with the fake boarding pass, and then the actual real guy would get on last. And when they would question it, he'd say, "No, this is me. It must be a glitch in the system or whatever." And he'd show the ID, and they'd say, "No, you're right. It is you." But one day, his friend, it was a completely full flight, and his friend couldn't keep seat hopping anymore because all of the seats were taken. And then that's when they caught him and said, "Hey, mate, you are not supposed to be here."
and then they get arrested, don't they?
And then I mean, you're crossing onto an aircraft without a boarding pass. Like, it's not allowed.
But then you're traveling domestic. What's the laws with that? Do you know?
Traveling domestic.
Yeah, so you're traveling domestic, and then you hop onto the plane when it's full. Is that still get arrested? Like, is it legal or not?
I don't really know what the laws are with it, whether it is even illegal in the first place, or whether I'm not too sure what the laws are around that. Sorry, I can't answer that one for you.
That's okay. That's okay. What's the weirdest like laws or policies you have to abide by?
So we have what's called SOPs, which is standard operating procedures,
Oh
which
yeah,
is kind of like the
I
law
remember you
of,
telling me. Yeah,
I call it like the law of the aircraft. There is one that we have to abide by, um, which is when we disembark. It's very frustrating for me. When we disembark, the person who is in the galley down the back cannot move from their door until all passengers are off the aircraft, completely off the aircraft. So people will start cleaning, and we might get some people who are like old and they need a wheelchair to get off, so they kind of just hang out at the front
stand
of
there.
the aircraft, like at business class. They will just sit in the business class seat, which is fine because they're waiting for their wheelchair, and I just have to hang out down the back until they get off. And it's like a very annoying one because I want to clean the aircraft, but I can't, just in case this old person who's in row one decides that they can grow legs and run 30 rows down the back to get off the aircraft. I don't understand why that is a law. But no, you do have certain standard operating procedures that you do have to abide by, such as when we're refueling, everyone has a door that they will man. So you'll generally see someone around the exit row, the emergency exit row, halfway down the plane. You'll see someone at the door, at the front door that's boarding you, and you'll see someone at the back door that's boarding you. What else?
Have you ever hit?
Wear your seatbelt when the seatbelt sign's on, stuff like that.
Yeah. So everyone has to have the seatbelt on. Okay, wait. Another myth: phone receptions. Is that a real thing? Because
What do you
everyone
mean?
uses the bloody phones, like takeoff, landing, whatever.
Like, does it have to be in airplane mode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, you're not going to get reception in the air.
Hmm.
You're 35,000 feet in the air. You're not going to get reception. You can get Wi-Fi on the plane, but you'll put your phone in airplane mode. The reason for airplane mode, I'm pretty sure it's something like it can jam the signal between air traffic control or something like that.
Right.
It can potentially jam a signal or create some kind of a feed or something through air traffic control or with the communications with the flight deck. I don't think it is that big. I
Yeah.
don't think it does do that. I think it just can have the potential to do that. But your phone battery will drain faster if you don't put it in airplane mode, and you don't even have signal in the air. So I'm like, just put it in airplane mode because your battery is draining for no bloody reason.
That's correct because it's constantly trying to find a signal, so it's using extra battery trying to find that signal. That's why you drain a lot of battery. That's what I found out.
Yeah. So your battery, you're just draining your battery if you don't put it in airplane mode, if anything, and then you're gonna land, and you're gonna have battery.
Then how do some planes get Wi-Fi? Like,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
you're
It's
gonna pay to use it.
with just the amazing technology that we have now in this year of 2024. I
Yeah,
don't know, but we have Wi-Fi, and you can put your phone in airplane mode and somehow connect to the Wi-Fi, and it works. And I don't understand how, and I
yeah.
don't get it. I
I
don't
don't
know.
either.
I just rock up and I just bloody
Do
do
your
my
thing.
safety demo and pour the tea and coffee.
Do the?
Yeah.
Can you give a demonstration?
What do you want?
I don't know, like
Do you want
what
to
they
point your
say.
for you?
What do they say? Give me something they usually say on planes. I don't travel. I don't fly. I'm
The
scared shitless.
exits.
Okay, everybody, welcome to flight 7QP HBC. We are flying from Melbourne to Queensland. Thank you for boarding Air Lammy. Okay, for safety, in emergencies, we have the exit to the front,
Two exits to the
two exits
front.
to the sides,
Yeah. Four
and
exits over the wing.
yeah, you go, keep going.
Bat, bat, bat.
Yeah,
Then two exits down to
yeah,
the back.
cool. And if any of you are in the way, I'm gonna kick you out of the way. So don't
Well, we
get in the
don't
way.
say that, but it's kind of like self-explanatory. If you're not going to move quickly, it's every man for themselves. So it's you're going to get trampled. It's battle of the fittest.
Fittest, yeah. I feel like you do a really good captain's voice, like, Mayday, experiencing some
I would do a
loneliness.
good captain's voice.
What?
I'd do a good captain's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because you talk to them, I don't talk to them. I'll be like, yep, well, weather is looking good for takeoff. Over.
You some
That's how they talk, isn't it?
shower storms.
Yeah.
The weather today in Brisbane is 20
Yeah.
degrees with moderate to light showers. We'll have you disembarking the aircraft on time, and it's a lot of mumbling. I can't understand what they say over the PA, and people be like, "What do they say?" I was like, "No clue."
And then all the traffic controllers know exactly what they're saying.
I'm like, I've got no clue. I couldn't tell you what he said. He could have told us that we need to evacuate the aircraft ASAP. I wouldn't know.
Look, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. There were a million things I wanted to ask and talk to you about, but because I'm trying to keep this as close to an hour as possible, but it was just us pretty much like catching up.
Has this been an hour already?
I'll tell you how long it's been. I got the exact time.
Oh, what have I done?
It's been 1 and 20 minutes.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, but we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Yeah, we're here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Look, I really appreciate you for doing this. And hopefully I'll get you on next time again because this was really fun doing it with you. Because we just, I don't know if you know this, but you're a really good speaker. You're really articulate and yeah, you speak very clearly, and it's almost like dot points. You know, someone who's dumb as me, you can like follow easily.
Actually, you reckon?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't know why you should do your own like thing. Like, I don't know, maybe like you vlog or something, or like something similar.
Join me on my flight.
Yeah.
I would love to do a vlog, but we can't record ourselves at work.
Okay, not at work, but like on the way there, you know, like, and then
driving
afterwards.
my car to the plane. Wheeling my suitcase through the airport.
I guess anyone can do that. No, but no one can
off the airplane.
They can't do it at the hotel.
I think everyone wants to know the behind the secrets and the back doors and stuff like that. And I think I don't know if people want to hear more stories or anything like that. And if they do, I guess they can comment and we can answer questions or whatever people have. Like, I think everyone wants to know the secrets of flight attendant or cabin crew or like
what's your thing? What's your hours like tomorrow?
I've got a massive duty, so I start at 10:15 tomorrow morning, and I finish at I think about 10:30 tomorrow night. So I've got a 12.5 hour duty tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Flying.
Okay. Because I was thinking like, can we quickly do like a part 2, like, but you're busy.
Well, I mean, when it uploads, if people comment and they want like questions, then we can do one where we answer the questions.
Yeah, we can do
questions, and they want to know.
Yeah, we can do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because this one's like a podcast, so you're like 5 episodes behind. Because I want to do all the filming, and then when it comes to posting it, it's like 1 per week. Because a lot of people will say yes, but then when it comes to filming it, you have no idea how many people like flake or postpone, and it can't be just like. Can't be just like on the dot and stuff. But no, like I respect their, you know, schedules and everything and busy in their life and do everything else. That's okay. I mean, I'm not paying them and stuff. So, because like if I feel like you've got to pay them, then it's not like authentic unless it's like you're paying them to do something they don't want to do. But no, I really appreciate you doing this. If you are on tomorrow, we can do like Q&A where I will enable the comment section. People can come and say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Do it tomorrow morning while I get ready.
Oh, that's a good one. We can do a worm.
Yeah, I'll be getting ready at about 9 o'clock in the morning Queensland time.
Yep, I'll be up. 9
o'clock in the morning.
Yep, I wake up like 6:37 now.
8:45 Queensland time. I'm gonna go for a hot girl walk tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, do that too. Yeah, and then you can do a worm. So then, like, you know, You'll be in the big box, I'll be in the little one. I'll just like moderating while that you answer the questions. That'd be interesting. Dude, this
Alright.
takes off. Okay. Thank you. Thanks once again.
You too, Sabine.
Have a good night. Love you heaps, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks again for
Alright.
doing this.
You're welcome.
Bye.
How do I get out of this?
No,
Hit
I'll
the
get out.
X?
I'll get out.
Oh, okay.